This is the year that I am taking writing full-time. Hi, I'm Jazz, and I guess I'm soft launching my author era. Thinking back on it now, it has been a wild ride to get here. I wrote a whole damn book. Who is she? I wrote this. Now, like literally every other writer I know, I have a hard drive full of half-written stories and concepts and books that I started writing and then realized that they had massive plot holes in them, or I just got more interested in a different story. But this one is special because this story was the one when I decided I was going to take my writing seriously and actually complete a book. So this started back in like 2021, I believe, and the writing journey has just been going on since then while I tried to battle working and writing and dealing with health issues and burnout and all of those wonderful things that we just love, you know? Okay, so let's talk about my debut novel. This beauty is From Ash and Ruin. Now this is 3 novellas into one book, or a 3-part series if you will. But essentially, From Ash and Ruin, it's a dark fantasy romance adventure about the main character Orin, who is an outcast seraph. She gets tangled up with some hunters who are trying to make a difference in their kingdom and fight against the shadow creatures that are wreaking havoc essentially. Mixed into that is some prophecies, oath bindings, slow burn romance, war, all the juicy things, a bit of forced proximity, a morally grey love interest. Honestly, it's all the things that I really wanted in a book, and so I decided I was going to write it. But Ash and Ruin is really near and dear to my heart just from the learning journey alone. I absolutely love when my phone runs out of storage right in the middle of filming. Anyway, so after writing and editing and publishing independently all 3 of these novellas, it definitely changed my thought process around indie publishing and whether it's something I want to do for the foreseeable future. The best part about indie publishing is having the control over absolutely everything. The worst part about indie publishing is that you have sole control over absolutely everything. And that is exhausting. It is so much work. There's a reason why publishers and publishing houses have entire teams to release books. They have so many different people for all of the different jobs that you have to do all on your own as an indie publisher. And that is a lot of work to do it at a high quality and to be successful. There are definitely a lot of very successful independent publishers. So if it is something that you're interested in, don't let this stop you. This is just my experience and where I want to go with this. After doing it 3 times over the span of a few years, I'm no longer interested in micromanaging every part of my books. And I've been able to prioritize mentally what I actually want out of writing. And it's not to be the everything person. I just want to write. I just want to work on stories, work on my writing skills, create these wonderful universes and these really in-depth stories and complex characters and bring them to life with my writing. That's what's important to me. I don't want to have to worry about marketing. I hate marketing, okay? With a passion. I also really don't like editing, and editing is a nightmare, especially when you're doing it all on your own. Thankfully, with my last book, I started to bring in more people as I was finishing my work and had more insights and things like that from editors and beta readers, but it's still, at the end of the day, all you. It's you who has to finish the book, it's you who has to complete all the editing, unless you're outsourcing all these things, which you need the financial backing for. And that I do not have currently. Also, the same goes for the marketing with ads and things like that. Most, not all, but most indie publishers are successful through promoting via ads for Facebook, Amazon, you name it. I'm also really bad at ads, and I don't have a pool of finances that I can throw at ads currently either. So yeah. So when I realized that my main priority was just writing and working on creating worlds and stories and characters, and also just being able to connect with readers and other writers and things like that, and just build a community that also enjoys my work, that's what's important to me, and that's really what I want to be able to prioritize and focus on. So for me, my path ahead looks more like finding an agent and Once I can do that, then I can try and get into a publishing house and hopefully land a contract and then be financially supported while creating stories. But if you are starting out as a writer or you're not sure that the traditional path is for you, then definitely give indie publishing a shot. While it is like a lot of work, it is definitely fun and worth giving it a go. There's so many cool options now with Amazon as well. They even do hardcover options now as well, which is really cool. Unfortunately, because it's still very like beta, I can order author copies from the American warehouse, but other people can't buy them in Australia from America yet, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine because I have a store and I can sell copies on there. But anyways, it's definitely been a long journey for me over the last few years of trying to figure out what I wanted, and now I'm very set on wanting to take this full time. So for me personally, my next step in my writing career will be trying to find an agent that will take me on. I know this can be quite a long process, but I am willing to wait, and in the meantime, I am working on my new series, which I'm really excited to share with you guys about. So Twisted Fates, I am in the process of world building and story planning the entire series at the moment. Think about a dark, whimsical romantasy series set in the realm of Velmora, but they're not all happy endings. These stories will be dark, twisted, and steamy. For the aesthetic of the world, imagine things like Corpse Bride and Brothers Grimm, Sleepy Hollow, that sort of aesthetic, very dark, gothic, and whimsical. Each of the books in the series will be focusing on a different MC that will all tie into each other for the final books. I really wanted a universe where the main characters were going to be all different kinds of fantasy races. Think sirens, vampires, dragon shifters, witches, and fae. I can't even lie when I say this is going to be my literal dream series. It is basically taking my soul and pouring it out onto pages for the world to see. And I couldn't be more excited for it, to be honest. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just navigating the weird, magical, terrifying in-between space of chasing my dream full-time. I've self-published a book, learned so much through trial and error, and now I'm pouring everything I've got into this new series. I can't even lie, it's scary. Actually deciding to go for it and making this my full-time career and acknowledging that this is really what I want to do with my life and going for it. But it's also a huge relief, and it's the most me I've ever felt. So if you're also someone that's dreaming of doing the same, whether it's writing or art or anything else really, I hope this reminds you that it's not too late to start. No matter what your age is, where you are in life, it's never too late, and you should just go for it and do that thing. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to take that brave step. But honestly, thank you so much for being here. It means more than you know, and I really can't wait to take you along for the rest of the ride. I'd also really love to connect with you, so make sure you head into the comments and tell me what dream it is that you're chasing so I can cheer you on. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.